Yeah, hello. Right, a bit mean-spirited it is actually, like, well, it's about 12 at night, but yeah, I'm gonna talk really, like, close and, Anyway, I'm not drunk, which would have been the ideal Christmas gift, but I'm having a break because I'm probably gonna end up drinking over the holidays, and it's like, I need to detox a bit. I know it has an accumulative effect, and in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean anything. But it's like if I spent like 12 days perpetually drunk and hungover, that's probably a little bit. It's probably alcoholism. So I was like, I'll have a break. So I am. A short-lived one, anyway. This will go up. Well, it's all 10 minutes to the 24th. I was gonna finish putting up the last Phoenix Wright bit as well. I was rendering it, but I had a massive power cut, which killed everything, including my PC, which scared me. But it turned on, so I finally decided to brave it and plug back in my vast array of USBs. Who knows? Might kill it again. I don't know. The whole problem with it was that the bridge that connects all the USBs and other random crap to it crapped out. So. But yeah, I tried doing a For Me about a week ago, but I listened to it back while I was rendering it, and I didn't like it. It was interesting. It's the first time I've listened to something back, like after a big, heavy rant, like pissing and moaning, and thought, that wasn't what I wanted to say at all. So I killed it, shit canned it, and I effectively just spent the last week and a bit just lolloping around. So I'm basically just going to talk, and it is Christmas, it is the theme, so I will go and build a fucking hail team and get destroyed with it. Although I suppose hail isn't as crap as it was, but nah. I saw there was Celebrate Victini. I've looked at it a couple of times, like across the room, like followed it out from like a Tesco. Walked behind it, but didn't say anything. So, but it got defeated by a red card chuckle. What do you want? So, fuck that all off. I'll just make a hail team. We'll see where we end up with it. Because I know that Ninetales is still. There it is. So, oh fuck. I mean, it obviously only is there for the basis that it can use, hail and Aurora Veil, but anyway, yeah, I'm going to talk about things until I don't need to, and then I'll stop. I quit my job. I quit my job for a variety of reasons. So, again, I have all the time in the world with no pressure of work or getting ready for it. In fact, if I was still working, I'd be back on Christmas Day to work a full shift. I think I've mentioned it a few times. I've been looking for a job for a few months now. Kind of the goal was to get out by Christmas. Didn't happen, hasn't panned out. Partly due to laziness, although I did have a few interviews, and they just didn't get back to me. I guess I just freaked them the fuck out. But partly because my sister was coming back for the holidays. I haven't seen her in she is back now, obviously. Yeah, I ain't seen her since she moved out to Estonia in July, after that whole dad kerfuffle. So, yeah, I figured, let's have a family Christmas. Let's do that. What the hell do people put on you? I suppose sash, really, isn't it? Seems kind of pointless with the Aurora Veil, but what do you want? There's enough things that outspeed base 109. Didn't really, yeah. I don't know. Although I suppose you could go lefties and set up with something else. Yeah, let's try that. I don't know what I'll set up with, but we'll cross that bridge at some point in time. Doesn't get like energy ball and shit like Boggo Ninetales did, which is a bit of a shame. I suppose extra sensory actually. for errant fucking Toxapexi. I guess. I don't know what these people fucking run. These cowboys. But yeah, I wanted Christmas, and like I would be working, and I could not face it. Like I say, partly because I wanted Christmas to me and my family, but mainly because like the intention was always to quit, and part of the reason I wanted to quit, well, that is quite a loaded topic now I think about it. We might be here for a while, gang. I wanted to leave because after my dad died, he did actually leave me a decent bit of scratch. You can say, oh, that's nice of him. His will was written in 1997. You can say that's nice, or you can say, I have kids now, that's an obligation I've got to make. I'm fairly confident he tried to change it at some point. But couldn't, because he didn't have the mental capacity to make that choice anymore. But yeah, regardless of whether he wanted to or not. Fucking cigarettes, fucking fire. I'll leave you for a minute. I was left with a certain amount of money. I won't disclose what the figure was. It's not it's not biblical. I'm not currently living in like a diamond-studded, I don't know, outhouse. But it's enough where it's like, okay, suddenly I don't need to look for a job that pays well, which is kind of what I was going for with Arla. I mean, I always said, in fact I said it in an interview, I think that money should factor into a choice as little as humanly possible, because it's like, money can make you happy to a degree. It's more about like, I'd rather look back on my life thinking, yeah, I did something I was really cared about, than yeah, I made loads of money. It's different for people, I can understand that. I ain't gonna argue the toss on that one, that's its own thing. What the hell? I'm gonna put in fucking Stack Attacker, because I like Stack Attacker, even though I don't. Oh yeah, that goes to the item section, doesn't it? I Life Orb. I remember I gave it Life Orb last time. It's pretty good. I like it. That's all I got for you. Gyro Ball. Was it Superpower and Earthquake? I think it might, yeah, that sounds about right. Because you could do fun things like this, where if you go attack all the way up, get rid of those pesky defense IVs, 0. Then, I don't know, you can dump the rest of the special defense. I believe I went with HP. I don't think it works all that well. Although, since you are going to take a steamy dump on the defense, and then you go with Lonely, and then you can put back in your 12 IVs if you want, or 13, fuck you, and there you go. Now you get the beast boost in what you want. It's swept a couple of times, why not? There's so little like hail support. I mean, Cure and Black, I guess. I said black. I put a lot of emphasis on that. I don't know why. But yeah. Anyway, the main point was just like I suddenly don't need. Like my career trajectory isn't just let's try and work up and save up and shit like that. I mean, obviously my plan was when I moved to Arla was I have all this free time. Let's go do something with it, and then I didn't. And I'm fully aware that that's my fault. I can claim laziness all I want. It's still me making a choice of like, I could go do this, or... So I'm fully aware I only have myself to blame, and that's fine. A lot of it is kind of trying to do something where it's, you know, if it goes tits up, my boss was like, well, what happens if you end up on the street in a year? You don't find a job? That's my business, isn't it? It's my fucking fault. I made a choice and it didn't work out. That's kind of how life's supposed to work, not having the world making choices for me that I have fuck all impact in. Because that's kind of the main... Well, it's the main reason I left, but leaving was still working through that. So yeah, the whole point was like, right, now I can go do something like an apprenticeship, which I really wanted to do, in engineering. And the main crux of it is I'd be paid fuck all, because people who do apprenticeships, I don't know, I've heard good things, but most people doing apprenticeships are shacking up with other people or their parents. I'm living by myself. I have a very hungry cat to feed. Man, trying to see, I can't even build a team on fucking good days. Right, fuck it. We're picking some shit. I don't know. With what's an ice? What's an ice thing? You know what? Sand slash. Let's do it. It was banned for a reason. Let's go. Probably will focus sash on you, don't you? Really? With the fucking slush rush. Drill. Oh yeah, no. Let's put drill run on it. Yeah. Let's put drill run on it, guys. When it gets earthquake. Icicle crash. Ironhead. SD. Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, it's the point was it's an opportunity for me to go and do something, and it still is. Although, like I say, the main thing I'm not going to be a complete dick. I'm not just going to sit around for a fucking year like, oh, I don't need a job. No, I will. I'm having a period of time off, and then as I'm going to Estonia for New Year's with my sister, and when I get back, I will start the hunt again. I just need a fucking break, or I'm going to explode at things. So yeah, there's that. Like I say, it's that sort of like, it's an opportunity to go do something new. So that was the main reason I was looking for another job, but like I say, it didn't pan out. And the other reason, which was the main crippling, like, no, I'm gonna do this now instead of trying to tough it out like a man, is because I'm broken. Like, obviously other people can do the job. There's enough people there, enough people that work perfectly harder than me. Yeah, I got quite a lot of pretty good deals over the course of that. Fair, nothing but respect for them. They were all lovely fucking people, apart from one or two who were fucking arseholes. But it was actually quite a good experience because you working with arseholes is something I'm gonna have to deal with. I'm only 23, despite how I look. It's gonna happen. So being able to actually work and get along with people who I think you're just shit is handy. Where was I going with that? I'm tired. No, the main point of it is like I was either sleeping 20 hours or none. Like night shifts, trying to sleep through the day. Like you go to sleep at about 3-4 in the morning, wake up maybe about 2 if you're lucky, because you've got work, so your brain's mentally getting into work mode and let's go do work things because work and shit. So you don't sleep properly. Sleeping throughout the day is nothing on sleeping at night, because your body kind of has its own inbuilt body clock, which from what I've seen, it looks at like food intake. So when you're eating, it's day. It's time to wake up. Not always. I know my mum gets up for a cheeky bit of toast at 2 in the morning quite frequently. But it also looks at sunlight. So especially when you're working as well, and you go outside for a fag and it's night, 2 in the morning, your body's like, what are you doing? And people who've worked night shifts will know this. Some people will acclimatise to it. Since I had to flip back and forth between days and nights, you don't acclimatise to it. I have steals. I'm going to put in... This is the most haphazard video. It's 15 minutes and I've barely managed to build it right. You know what? Fuck it. We're putting you in, actually. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. We're going to wing it and it's going to be fine. Because I want to actually do some battles in this fucking thing about battling. You don't get Bolt Strike. Oh wait, no, that's what I was going to do. I was going to do Stored Power, that's it. Fuck V-Create. V-Create's for pansies. I think I saw something that said Stored Power doesn't factor in boosts that are dropped from your own moves. And I'm like, how? That seems bollocks. With it Fire Blast and... What the hell did I have on you? It wasn't an energy ball, was it? It might. No. Nah, it's that. Probably that. Probably that. Definitely that. We're going to go with that. Actually, that might work out with Ninetales' Doofer. Yeah, I'll make you timid. Oh, fucking, come on, anything. Right, something. Fucking Katana? No, I need fight and resist. Fight and resist. Let's have some fight and resist. We'll have, no, yes. I haven't used you in many a moon. I'm quite impressed you're still relevant. Latias didn't seem to be. I think Latias is you. What the hell are people put on you? I have no idea what the meta is at all. Me and Poe, we don't agree right now. We don't agree. I feel like playing the game has actually taken more out of me than what I was hoping it would do, but what do you want? Put surf on you for the trans, and then that's probably not what the meta is, but I don't know dick at this point. Timid, right, what else do we want? Oh, you get things. No, stop trying to put stealth rocks in the item slot, man, for God's sake. I'm gonna fucking... There you go. 2 8. Good, like it. There you go. The best lander ST in the world. It's gonna set up stealth rocks, then blow up. How about that? Jolly, good, right, team, done, sorted, like it, love it. Actually, I won't be too much of a twat. You can have Earthquake. Gengar doesn't, no, Gengar does not get Levitate. I might put knockoff on it as well. Yeah, dear. Right, team, made, done, game, sorted, right, so I can go ignore that instead. Good, right, moving on. Don't fucking... yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, I've lost. Probably. Yeah, if I kill Medicham, I'll be alright. We'll put the music on, I suppose. Yeah, it's alright. Free Comey. And Ellen. And what? Who the fuck is this man talking about? Yeah, right, anyway. Getting back to it. As well as fucking up my sleep pattern, which, like I say, people can do. So, it's not just... You know, I'm not saying, yeah, it's impossible. It's perfectly plausible. I have no issues with the plausibility of actually doing the job. Nothing wrong with that. And as I said, people who can do it, world of respect for them. In fact, my boss has been doing it for like 3 fucking years. Yeah. Nah, why not? I'll set up stealth rocks on that. Fuck all else to do. Oh, well, yeah, makes sense. Do I care? I kind of care. Man, where does Stack Attacker fit into this? Oh fuck, he's got a Zap Dome. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Stone Edge or Superpower? Because Earthquake is coverage, but it's so lacking. Like, yes, technically you could, like, it's Stone Edge because you can Earthquake Pharaohs, but you don't Earthquake Pharaohs. Oh. You know what? Fuck you. That's what I say to you, Sonny Jim. I'll blow up in your face. This is the whole point, isn't it? You Aurora Veil. As that happens. Oh, he's gonna have Aura Sphere, though. The Stack Attacker ain't gonna live that. Fucking boo. Hang about. Oh, I may as well have not bothered, really. That's embarrassing. Alright, Victini, I need you to do me a solid and win the rest of the game. Can you do that? It probably can't, no, but I'll have a punt. Yeah. As well as fucking up sleep pattern, because like I say, by this point, it hurts, man. I ache. And I've been off work for like 9 days. And I still fucking ache. But I got tendonitis in my left knee, and over the course of the last month, I could feel my right knee getting worse. It doesn't help that I smashed it against the ground trying to do something. But yeah, it fucking, when you've got to bend up and down for 12 hours, painful. Oh, don't be a dickhead. Oh, he's just gonna fake me out, isn't he? Come on, Victini, you miserable sack of bollocks. I'll say that. I wish I had energy ball, but I don't. I still have defense. Oh, he's been clever, actually. I have less boost now. I still have boost in the stuff that matters, but... Oh, are you going to outspeed me like a dick? What is... Oh, that's 100 base. Alright, well, now I know. Yeah, get out, son. McTeeny ain't that much of a bitch. Yeah, he's going to have to fake me out. That's all he's really got. Oh, and it's good. Happy with that. I'll go for the store. Yeah, you go. That's what I was waiting for. Let's get you out. Lovely. Wow, it's great. Spot on. Like it. But yeah, like I say, I've been dealing with it for about like a year now. And it's like, it sounds like such a fucking, like, oh, do I injury at work, but, like, I spent about 7 months putting it off, just because you feel like a dick. Why didn't you fucking switch? Your only hope is to switch out, man. What are you thinking? Oh, be misclicked. Did you have a plan? I don't know what your plan was. Oh, well, no, I have Scarflatio, so I don't really care. Zapdos will live a Fire Blast, I would have thought. Yeah, I thought so. And now he just has Dose. Whatever. Yeah, there you go. See, Zapdos lived to hit. But now it's dead. So it's the same result, just not in any particular way, shape, or form that you wanted. And now I can set up with Stack Attacker. I like its name. It's got a fun name. Although, I've just realised another crippling problem. I might be able to get him on a... No, I can't get him on a roost, can I, you fucking div? This is why I like Stack Attack. What? I mean, you could... Alright, I suppose it's especially defensive Zapdos, but holy hell, oh my god. Stack Attacker. Fuck that blasphemy monster. Stack Attack is where it's at. Oh my god, I had a higher rating. I haven't played OU in... What? Yeah, I've been through the occupational health. The occupational health were very supportive. My boss was very supportive. I did try and work to sort of get back to full fit. Oh, see, it sounds like I'm a professional athlete. I'm not. I'm some fat Randy who's got to fucking pick milk for 12 hours. But yeah, it's like I did go do physio and things like that. I paid for my own physio, actually. The NHS offered me physio and never called me back. And before I even had the occupational health, I was like, right, I'll go get started on that then to try and make sure I'm better. But I did get better for a bit, or I got to a stage where I thought, right, this will be okay, you know, it'll just do its own thing now. And then it got worse again, which tendonitis actually can do. That's one of the main bugbears with tendinitis. It can get worse quite easily for fuck all reason. So yeah, that was kind of the main one. It's like, I could go back through occupational health again, and I could do this shit and do that shit, but then there'd be an investigation because I said, yes, I'm fine, I'm ready to go back to doing full picking shifts, and that's okay. So then they'll come back and be like, well, why did you say you were okay? And it's like, well, because I thought I was. I'm trying to gauge it myself, and I'm trying not to be as much of a pain in the ass to my boss. Because my boss made the point of, well, you really should have been signed off. What you've got is bad enough that you could be quite comfortably signed off. In fact, why aren't you signed off? And I was like, well, because I don't want to be a fucking pain in the scrote. So, yeah. And that's kind of one of the big ones. I hate feeling like a pain in the arse. I really do. But it does happen quite frequently. And in fact, my boss was really good. He did actually nurse me for an awful lot of that fucking year. Yay! Ah, no, hidden power, Landy, eh? Well, this is why we have you. And then we do... Does he have anything that outspeeds me? Not really. I just go for a blizzard. Oh, okay, well, same fucking difference. I still get my Aurora Veil up, unless you're scarfed like a dick. I don't think you are, though, because I did exactly the same as I did to the last Brigadier. Huh? Ironhead, you say? Why? When you have Flirt Cannon, and Flash Cannon, and Volt Switch, and everything. Is physical Magernia a thing? Maybe he isn't fucking Wait, no, Soul Hard. What? I'm very perplexed. Oh well, we're not going to moan too much. Because let's face it, now it's time for the Stakataka. I love this thing. Don't have some twatty move to kill me with. We'll be really pissed off. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's Landy. By all means. I don't really care. Cause I've got Stakataka. He's gonna fuck your shit. Go into whatever you want. Latty might take a hit. Raptor will be reckless, surely. EQ that, gyro ball that, and gyro ball that. Oh, he's gone with Magernia. He's been brave. No. Stakataka! He's all you need. Look at him. He's a god of destruction. Go into Magnezone. What are you going to do? Hidden power fire? Yeah. No, he's gone with the Latios. It's not going to work. Oh, he's going to... Oh, no, you can pincer and EQ. Oh, you're no fun. Oh, actually, that might win him the game. Oh, cock. Wait, no, I have a Scarf Latios. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it. Oh. He might be brave here. I want to go for the superpower. Piss off. What kind of chump do I look like to you? Yeah, shove it up your arsehole. You've just been stack attacking. I'd assume close combat. Sand Slash is functionally pointless here. Oh, he's a cheeky pig fucker. Look at him. He's just won the game. I can't even argue with that. Because, yeah, no, he's just won it. Victini gets outspared. Yeah, no, credit where credit's due. He's just he's mugged me off. I could have gyro balled and killed him and won, but he's fuck is that? Oh wow. Hey, I'm very perplexed. How the fuck did you live that? Huh. Well, yeah. Fucked if I know. Oh, no. I suppose Aerial 8 got nerfed, didn't it? Still, though. No, I don't think. No. He won that in spirit. really. I don't even know why I switched out with Stack Attacker. I suppose it's because I thought Sandslash should just be more pointless, and it was. But on the other hand, when you actually stop and think about it, if I'd have killed him with Stack Attacker, then I would have killed Magnezone as well. So, if anything, I made a really crap and dumb play there, but Latios just sort of pulled my ass out of the fire, so thank you, Latios. Anyway, I'll finish what the fuck I was saying. We're going to be here for decades, and I want to talk about Star Wars, because all this Star Wars talk is pissing me off. It's really confusing me. I went to see it, it's fucking terrible, but I enjoyed it. Anyway, yeah. So, I went to leave because I suddenly had the means to go and do what I wanted to do in life. I was slowly dying, like I say. The other small reason, and I say small, obviously it factored in there to some degree, like I don't want to sound like a dick, and it's like... I wanted to get a promotion, and I went for a promotion along with a few other people. And to be fair, it was a couple of months after my dad had died. I was kind of in a sort of like, oh, yeah, like I was low on gumption. So I tried for it and it didn't work out. I mean, that was one of the reasons why I said to my boss, like, I've worked hard for a promotion. I feel like I've earned it. If I get it, then I'll stay. If I don't, then yeah, I'm going to go do what I want to do. I'm not going to keep smashing my head against the wall for no reason. And he was okay with that. He understands. I did have a bit of an argument with him, before I left, but that wasn't me trying to argue. I suppose I sounded like a dick in retrospect, but I wasn't trying to. It's weird, it's my own story, I'm trying to meet some imaginary judgmental person halfway, because I feel like I sound like a toss piece for a lot of it. Like my knees, my knees hurt every day having to go in, how are your knees? Oh, they're shit. It's like, I feel like a bit of a twat. Like, oh, my knees hurt. It's like, yeah, but they really fucking do, and I shouldn't really have to put up with it, and yet I am. Does anyone else get that? Anyone, like, I don't know. It's very bizarre. It's very difficult to explain. The point is, I feel like a knobber. But yeah, with all of this bullshit. But the main reason was I kind of reached a stage where it's like, I'm not going to call this a for me. Like, I tried doing that and it went off the rails, so I'm just going to get this shitted out. It feels like my entire year, in fact, an awful lot of the last few years of my life has been waiting on people. But especially this year, and this is where I'm going to sound like a really pretentious dick. Like, so, starting November last year, well, having to wait around for people at the hospital to stop being shit with my dad, and then I had to wait for the NHS GP to come out and assess my dad for a DNR thing, and the hospital was a complete fuck-up palaver, making a 70, 80-something-year-old man. I think he's 70s. I lose track. My grandma's got 70, dad's got 60. Actually, I would put him in 80, wouldn't it? Oh, it's weird. It's fucking weird to think about. I'm 23. I can't brain that. It's very strange. But yeah, and then after that, you just start having problems with your knee and this and that. Getting ready for Anna, or my sister, to go move to Estonia, so got to start getting ready for that. Then my car starts fucking up, got to deal with that shit. Then obviously my dad died, and then I've got funeral people to fucking deal with, and they're being stupid fucking arseholes, making me wait 3 weeks to go see my dad, and they're charging us extortionate amount of money for the basic package. Capitalising on your death. I'm still sore about that. Pisses me off. And then you've got the cremation people, and they're fucking bullshit. And after that, you've got government bullshit. I've got to go fucking flog into wanky arseholes or go see solicitors. I picked wanky arseholes, but quite frankly, either would have done. Then you've got banks being shit, because banks were fucking worse than the government. How? How are you worse than the government? No one should be worse than the government. And then promotion shit, well, I had to wait for a month before we had the interview, and then I had the interview, and like I say, I'm in a kind of vulnerable place, and they say no, and it's like, I haven't got a problem with the guy who got the job over me. Like, he deserved a job as well. There was a bit of kerfuffling with the job he was given versus the qualifications I had, but I'm not trying not to sound like a dickhead. It was an internal squabble, that one. Because everyone on my team, I think 4 people on my team applied for it, didn't get anything, and everyone else on other teams applied and got it, so there was this own sort of like, it's its own level of wankery. But anyway, I had to wait around on that, and then there's banks, and then interviews. I drove an hour for an interview, and they didn't even like. I did all the stuff that they said. They said they were really looking forward to meeting me. Haven't heard from them in months. Don't know what the fuck happened to that. One guy interview place that I went to said, "Oh, we're a family, so but we'll tell you how whether you succeeded or failed. We'll give you a call within 2 days so we feel it's important for developing people if they know how they did." Never heard from them again. I even called them a few times, never heard back. Someone was always mysteriously out or in a meeting, and I'm like, just say I didn't get it. Can you just be so there you go. That's the crux of it. I reached a point, like a cut-off point. Especially, I think, it was a night shift where I did my best trying to do picking, and I got through 9 hours of it, and then someone, a technician above me, was sitting next to me in the smoking area, said, "Oh, I'm feeling a bit ill, but I'm okay," and then turned left and just threw up all over the floor, and I'm like, "Why are you still here?" And he's like, "I haven't slept in over 24 hours, and I'm like, "So why are you still here?" And he's like, "Oh, it's not worth going home now, it's 4 a.m, we finish in a couple of hours." I'm like, it's not quite how it works. So then, like I say, I'm fucking shattered. I've already done 9-hour shift, and then my boss is like, "Do you want to have a go at covering him? You kind of know what he's doing." I'm like, didn't enjoy that. So I just reached this point where I was like, I've spent so much fucking time waiting on fucking people to do shit in regards to me, and generally some of them being good, some of them being shit, but you spend the entire like just constant like, I've got to wait for you, 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 all to do your job. And I was like, I'm just going to make a decision for myself. I could wait on, I might get a job. I could have had a job by now, maybe. I don't fucking know. But it's like, I don't want to wait anymore. I want to do something and think, this is a decision that I made that affects me. Joey Crabface didn't make it for me. I did. It's like, whether I become a homeless person in a year is my fucking business, and I'm okay with that. If I have to sell my computer, and then I'll be sad, but it's a choice that I made. So, fuck it. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Fucking hell, it took me 38 minutes to explain why I quit my job. I suppose I said I'd keep talking until I was done. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about, which is really annoying me, is this Star Wars lark. Because I don't know if any of you have seen it. It is fucking bad. Justice League was better. I know I only have like 50 people who watch, so I can't imagine anyone will take major offence to that. Oh, well, I was wondering I was going to see Slurpuff. This little sticky webbing bastard. Its main belly drum set. Now it's moonlighting as a sticky webber. What a dick. I can see where this is going. With the Blasphemy Monster, Greninja, Kyurem, Nipple Knees, and Spoonface. This isn't going to go well. Although, Stack Attacker. I sense good things. Maybe. We'll see how we go. Oh, I get outsped by you, don't I? For fuck's sake. I might lead with Victini, because I can set up straight away. Actually, no, I can hit Blasphemy Monster. Yeah, fuck it, let's do that. At least I'm not going to get hampered by the sticky web. Just as long as it doesn't memento or some shit, which it probably will. It will, won't it? Come on. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I gradually overestimated how fast you were. Oh. Don't. Good. Right. I thought we got Memento. Oh, fuck it, whatever. Go into Greninja. I think I'll take a hit now I have the bulk of gods. Or that. Whatever gets you through the day. Fake out, yeah, that's not really... You're gonna be there for a while if you're gonna play that game or something. Oh, we're playing that game. Well... Alright, that game's... It was... Short game. Short game. Fine. Medicham might actually take a stored power, to be fair to it. Oh, no it won't. Alright, moving on. Why is it that when I fucking put a team of Randys together with fuck all thought in it... The fuck, man, it's pissing me off. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of expecting one of these things to actually take a hit, so I'm a bit perplexed now. What do you do? Fuck it, I'm gonna play it safe. Yeah, I thought you would. Oh no, oh no, not a fusion bolt. Oh that's right, that's Sash Zam. Why aren't you going into that? Will the Blasphemy Monster take a hit? Are we? Alright, A. Why are you running Dark Pulse? I think it gets Energy Ball or anything, really. Is that your coverage move? I don't understand. It's obviously Scarfed. I just realised, I think I could go into Stack Attacker. It's tempting. Actually, even better, you know what, I was going to Ninetales. I'm not really bothered or hampered in any way on Aurora Veil. Yeah, fine. Yeah, Ninetales, don't be a dickhead. I'll Aurora Veil. It's gonna happen. There you go, well done. Well, I don't have to switch in a Stack Attacker. It's already taken damage. I feel like a bit of a tit. I'll go into Sand Slash. Oh, hang on, I'm not going to outspeed you, am I? Oh, it doesn't matter. Alright, fuck it then. We're alright, don't worry about it. Oh, it's all a big old palaver. Good. Fuck off, Blasphemy Monster, you shit. Right, you kill Sand Slash, Stack Attacker, happy days. Why didn't you go into Zamon? Like, I have a Scarf Latios. But you know, I'm going to be right, old dick. Let's do it like this. Landy, normal gem explosion, Stack Attacker, all Latios, all... Yeah. Do you not have Shadow Ball? Stack Attack, just kill it, please. Put it out of its fucking misery. Oh, for God's sake, you know, I'm going to flare... Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, what do you say to that shit? That's a really competent-looking team that was utterly terrible. He had 1300. How have I won all my games? Has the standard of OU dropped, like, to the point where I can pick a Stack Attacker and a Celebrate Victini and just kind of chug my way through all of it? I mean, Victini's and Stack Attacker between them have done bits. Anyway, yes, right. Getting a bit long in the tooth now. So, even my mic's like, don't talk about Star Wars, it's been said enough. Oh, wow. Oh, it's dead. I haven't used it in so long, it's given up. Get in there, you filthy fucking dog shit. Or that needs tightening up. Or I can need to get a new mic stand. I'll hold it, how about that? It's obviously had enough. Yeah, alright, actually, I'll tell you what. No, actually, no. No, Justice League is better. But not by what. I'm not saying, oh, Justice League is the best film of the year. No, it's not. It's just as fucking stupid. But I don't know. Justice League I enjoyed more because Justice League was just like, there's that bit. Spoilers for all of it, by the way. If you give a shit, why do you give a shit about Justice League? Really? There's a bit in Justice League where Lois Lane is there with Superman, who came back to life. He's been dead for however many's, and they're having a really intimate moment, and she turns to him and goes, "You smell really good." And I burst out laughing because it was so fucking stupid. Like, who the fuck? What? Soil is natural deodorant, people. Like, you know, your hot date, you go outside, you bury yourself in a wooden coffin for a year, come out, you'll have missed your date, but you smell fucking fantastic. So there's shit like that. And then there's shit that's sort of like also funny, but also massively depressingly stupid. Like, let's have Carrie Fisher's Superman her way to... Yeah, I know, everyone's... even if you haven't seen the film or have no interest in the film, you'll know that Carrie Fisher Superman's her way in space to the spaceship and knocks on the door, and it was the dumbest. Like, I didn't even laugh, because I was at that stage of just like, huh? You do realise the poor lass is dead, right? Have a bit of respect for her image. Well, that's what she will be remembered for now. Like, just the dumbest fucking, like, to infinity and beyond. And I feel kind of sorry for her now. It's like, good lord, like, when it happened, like, I thought they were trying to give her, like, a nice sort of send-off sort of thing. It was like like, oh, well, you passed away, but we're still... fucking thing. Get in there. What are you stuck on? There you go. Sorry. Technical difficulties on the set of some beardy twat's living room. How'd you even come out? But yeah, like, it was really funny and fucking stupid, but at the same time you felt quite unclean. It's just like someone looked at that and thought, she'll have liked that. I'm like, I don't think she would have done. But yeah, there were. If I'm gonna it wasn't obviously the worst film. I'm sure if I watched the movie where John Cena plays a bull, I probably would have gone, yeah, that is technically worse. But it's like, I don't actively seek out bad experiences, like in movies or games or whatever. I'm not going to go play Ride to Hell Retribution to go see what the worst game ever is like. I'd rather go play something I want to play, thank you. But the fact that I managed to see two back-to-back was a bit, like... I suppose Justice League I wasn't expecting the world out of it. So when I watched it, and it was dumb, and there were some stupid, goofy performances, and some of it didn't make any fucking sense. I'm not a DC or a Marvel nerd. I couldn't give a frosty fuck. I could probably name most of the Pokedex, but I couldn't tell you who the Penguin's left Gonad was entrusted to in issue 189 of Frosty Gonad comics. But yeah, it's just like... I feel like Star Wars was the worst of the two, purely on the basis that, alright, I didn't like the first film. I didn't think the first film was particularly fantastic in any way. But as I keep making the point to people who either say it was good or it was shit, whatever, no, it was fine. J.J. Abrams got a big whiteboard put in front of him with a mission statement at the top saying, make it fine. And he said, got ya, on it, fine. We're going to do fine. It's going to have a lot of fan service. Old characters will come back. It will look nice and pretty. It'll be decently memorable, whether you remember it for its good bits or its bad bits, but it's watchable. It's a thing that you can sit down. It's the cinematic equivalent of Top Gear. you fall on your sofa, your arse mushes into the controller, and Dave comes on, and you watch Top Gear for 5 hours, and at some point you might get up and do something with your day, but you probably won't. That's what it was. And that's okay. It's enough of a platform considering the prequel, which I just... Yeah, they weren't brilliant, but they weren't an affront to humanity or a genocide to my childhood. Alright, there's some, again, dumb moments in it, like, oh, sand, I don't like sand, it gets in my coach and it's terrible. Well, I'm sorry that Carrie Fisher fucking doing the backstroking out of space is powers dumb. Stop trying to defend it, it was fucking stupid. But it's... it had, like, there's enough of there's building blocks there that you can use. Kylo Ren's quite an interesting character, Rey's quite an interesting character. You set up Luke, like, oh, what's he gonna do? Yeah, Han died, and Rey was obviously pissed about it. It's like, oh, what's gonna happen there? Carrie Fisher is actually dead. Like, what are you gonna do with Leia's character? You're gonna give her a fitting send-off? No. She's still alive at the end of the film. And I'm like, really? I swear there was enough time in between finishing filming and her unfortunate passing to do something about that. Change it, give her a nice fitting send-off, because I swear they said that they weren't going to put her, like, they weren't going to CGI her into free. Unless someone changed their mind. But yeah, like, when you consider that the only good film that preceded Justice League was Wonder Woman, and, like, even that had its fair share of dumb shit in it, but it was actually really enjoyable. I went into Justice League and thought, this will probably be crap, but maybe I'll get a laugh out of it, and I did. And that's fine, and it kind of did its job. Like, I'm not going to defend it, I'm not going to say it was, this is the best film of the year. No, it was fucking... Again, it was, as far as I'm concerned, the equivalent of just, well, Dave. It's a film that you can sit there and think, that was stupid. I don't think it was particularly offensive in any way. The fact that whenever Superman appeared on screen towards the end, that you're like, well, the fight's over. That was good. There was a bit of suspense there. Oh, Aquaman got a punch in the face. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, Superman's here. Oh, Cyborg's having a bit of a problem with the cuboid of destiny. Oh, Superman's got it. He's alright. But then again... the fact that suddenly the Force has gone from this kind of weird meta thing, like, it's sort of there, it's a thing, you do some crazy stuff to, I can now survive the vacuum of space and also fly. Like, I said to my mates, who I went to go see it with, like, right, you're at that stage where the Force has now suddenly been, you're essentially a superhero, there's nothing fucking stopping you. Like, sod all this Force ghost wank. Like, Carrie Fisher, turn around, blow up all the other ships over there, because you may as well, at that point. Just pick them up and throw them into each other. Like, there's no stakes or anything when it's something like, oh, hello, you can do that now. Oh, well, if you could do that, Luke could probably, I don't know, throw 80/80s with a deft, like, twitch of his massive throbbing dick. All gravity falls out of it. And the bit at the end as well where Luke, it was a force projection the whole time. It's like, oh, okay, you can project yourself across the galaxy? And then he dies anyway. And it's like, I'm sure that was a touching moment at some point, but I don't fucking see it. I was like, well, you may as well have gone there for the sake of the story. You may as well have gone to Randy Planet of Stupid and actually had a fight. But for me, Star Wars is worse just because I feel like it is a worse film than Justice League. This is what annoys me when all the people say, oh, it was good, oh, thank God it was good. I'm like, how? It was nonsensical, it was all over the place, it was laughable in bits, it was actually quite embarrassing in other bits, quite frankly. Like, my mate was super hyped up for it. He avoided all the spoilers. Whenever we went to go watch a film before it, he cupped his hand over his ears, put his hoodie down off the trailers just to avoid listening to anything, and he walked out bitterly disappointed. And I'm just like... But again, it's like the shit I'm saying, I'm sure could be countered in some way, and that's fine. And I'm not saying that if you enjoyed it, then you're shit. I mean, I enjoyed it to a degree. I thought it was fucking hysterical in the same way that I thought Justice League was also equally hysterical. But I'd put them about on the same level of just nonsense, just things. But that's all it is, and that's kind of the point I'm trying to... Well, I know I'm using words like, oh, it's fucking terrible and shit like that, but you know me, I tend to just blow things into massive scale. It's like, I'd watch it again. I don't think I'd pay money for it, but if someone sat me down, I'd have a laugh. I actually made the point to someone else, which actually really pissed them off as well, after I saw Justice League. I'd say Justice League was about on the same par as Thor Ragnarok. Which is probably more of a conscientious opinion than new Star Wars was shit. Because that sort of got the same, tongue bath that Star Wars is currently getting from critics, and I still can't figure out why. In fact, I was quite pleased when I saw Angry Joe made a review or a video about the things that annoyed him, and I'm like, good, progress. Someone hated something about it. Let's discuss. Let's open this box of worms. And he said, I watched it a couple more times and I liked it more. And I'm like, really? No. You missed details that made it better. Alright then. But other than that, every other reviewer I've seen has said, nah, it's brilliant, glowing, flying colours. It's like, no. Although that seems to be the general consensus anyway, that the critics love it and the audiences it seem to have come out on the side of wank. There's enough people trying to say, no, it's good. But it's like I'm on the point, if you enjoyed it, then great. If you didn't, then you didn't. And I'm trying to unpack that a bit. I enjoyed it, but it was crap. Really crap. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the last three movies I watched in cinemas, Star Wars, Justice League, and Thor Ragnarok, exactly the same level. Thor Ragnarok was the only one that was made to be a comedy, and so I laughed at it because it was a comedy, and that is the main point it has over the other two. I can look at Thor Ragnarok and say, that was a good film because it was made to be funny. It set out with the goal of being funny, whereas the other two Thors were a bit dowdy and miserable affairs. And it achieved that, and I was like, that's spot on. But the more I thought about it, the more like, it's such dense funny that everything, any emotional moments just didn't land for me. And I'm thinking, in reality, it's actually not great. Like when Odin dies and it's a big sort of somber moment, and then Hela shows up and the big villain now. I was like, I don't really care, to be honest. Like, his mates die at some point, and that was done with very little pomp and circumstance. And I'm like, well, if these people that we've been with for the last two films just get killed in a throwaway scene, I don't really care about anyone. Like, I was supposed to care about them, and you didn't, so I don't. Yeah, despite the fact that Thor Ragnarok was obviously the better of the two, or the three, that knew what it wanted to be and did what it set out to do, I'd still say it's about on par with the other two, to be honest. I got similar enjoyment out of all of them, so, I don't know, you can kind of look at it however you want. With Thor Ragnarok the biggest failing for that, because by trying to be good and funny and achieve its goal, it managed to do the same thing as something that didn't achieve its goal, in the least. Star Wars was supposed to be jokey, but overall a genuinely serious affair. Yeah, right, we're going to do an hour now, but I said I'd carry on. I'll make this last point. The one thing that I think might work out for Star Wars if they follow it, which I doubt they will, because I'm fairly certain that every single fan theory that they've tried that's been made about Star Wars The Last Jedi has been debunked in some ludicrous way. Is Kylo and Rey, which I actually thought was the best bit, because This is why the thing with Carrie Fish, I know it's the big, yeah, it's the funny moment, it's the dumb thing. Look, let's point and laugh at the dumb thing. It's basically like, let's point and laugh at the freak on TV. Like, I hate those shows, but it's that sort of like, the reason for me that it really pissed me off, as well as looking dumb and kind of defacing Carrie Fisher a bit. I mean, I don't know how it felt. Maybe she liked it. Maybe she thought it was awesome. But I'm like, nah. There's one of the things that I really liked about Kylo and Rey's like interactions in the whole movie was the sort of thing that like the big war and this and that and Snoke who dies. That was pretty dumb as well. Who the fuck was Snoke? Who was Snoke? Some weird rotten testicle that sat on a chair a lot. Was that the Force didn't really mean an awful lot, and the war didn't really mean an awful lot. And in general, it's about two people trying to find their place in all of this, not necessarily in a romantic way or in a friendly way, but just trying to understand themselves and their surroundings and where they fit into all of that. And I think that could, separate from all of the other wank, or the rebellion and the small cannon that's lifted from a Death Star. Really? Again, J.J. Abrams got a whiteboard with "Make it fine" on it. Does it also come with the subtext "Death Star needs to be in there somehow"? You can't live without a Death Star, can you? Even if it's not an actual Death Star, it's a part of one. It's a cannon from a Death Star. It's like, well, fuck, attach that to a regular ship then. I hate the Death Star. It's fucking stupid. Like, if you can make a cannon from it, just make loads of those. They're probably smaller and cost less than an actual Death Star. Just have a ship made out of those cannons. Then Carrie Fisher can, like, suplex it into a planet. But yeah, that's kind of the only thing where I actually sat there. You know, there's a bit of emotional weight, a bit of gravity. Like, when Snoke dies and they kill the Knights of Cherry or Raspberry or whatever the fuck they were supposed to be called. And then there's a really tender moment where Kylo's like, no, fuck all that. Like, oh, they're killing the rebel escape ships or whatever. And he's like, no, fuck that. I just killed the bloke who took me in. I just slit him up. He's fucking dead as shit. Fuck that. Fuck the rebels. Let's just just be with me. Because I can help you and you can help me understand. I didn't say that. The understanding from my point of view is I can help you understand how you fit in and you can help me understand how you fit in. And it's like, I don't know whether it was actually he was trying to do that to get Rey on the dark side. I don't know. But it didn't feel like that. I could have been misreading that completely. It was very... I'm trying to read what I want into it to try and get what I want out of it, but it sort of felt like like the Force and the First Order and mini Death Star cannons and this just had no meaning in that one moment. They were just like, look, I just want someone to be there for me. He basically saying, I just want a hug. And then she was like, no, I don't want to give you a hug because I like the rebels and I don't really agree with the First Order. I don't like the way that they do, Veggie Tuesdays. And he was like, but I really like Veggie Tuesdays. And then fighting ensued and anger happened and then the rest of the film was done. But I like that, and I kind of like that sort of idea of like, especially like the way that Luke was talking about like, the Jedi's got to die. Fuck them hard. That sort of like, yeah, no, all of it's kind of meaningless. Especially as that was sort of built up in the weapon trading thing as well. Like, this bloke made his riches by selling weapons to the Empire and the Rebels. And that sort of reinforced the point that I want to see. That all of this extraneous crap is pointless. These two characters are just trying to figure out what the fuck they're doing. And that's good. But I don't think they'll follow it through. Kylo Ren kind of got arsey and, got a bit of a sandy vag and then went off on one, and then Luke pulled his ghost trick and then died. But it was a happy death. Don't worry. Rey told Leia that it was a happy death, so it's alright. What? Okay. Well, it makes you happy, I suppose. It made him happy, apparently. He was a happy death. He even got to take his robot arm with him. Again, this is from the point of view, I know fuck all about Star Wars. I didn't even really want to see the film. I wanted a day out with the lads, but it made me think about it, which, to be fair, is more than Justice League and Thor did. So if you want, there's something it did. I'm still thinking about it a few days after seeing it. It succeeded in something. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed that ramble, that mentalist rant. If you've seen it, give us, tell us what you think. You might think it's amazing, you might think it's crap. I'd rather open discussions and sort of why you think what you think than just be like, it's bollocks, let's have a war. Because that seems to be what people like. I want to know why the reviewers think it's good in like a detailed spreadsheet sort of thing, which is what Angry Joe tried to do. And then I'm like, oh. At least he pointed out the things he didn't like. I appreciate that. But yeah, it was not good in any means, in any stretch of the imagination. It looked pretty. Pretty isn't massively hard to do. Star Wars Battlefront 2 looks pretty. It probably isn't as shit as people keep giving it credit for, but I don't know. Anyway, I'll shut up because I'll just keep plobbing on for years. But there you go. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Merry Christmas. I'm spending Christmas with my family, so that's why I'm doing this now, because otherwise I'll forget or get drunk and not do it. I'll do something before I go to Estonia, hopefully, and then we'll start the year afresh, and hopefully that'll be good. Anyway, yeah, bye.